What if I told you that there's only one reason why children with autism are always in meltdown mode? What if I told you there's only one reason why children with autism are in meltdown mode? And I know the reason. I'm going to tell you what it is. There's only one reason. And it is because of dysregulation. Dysregulation is the reason why children with autism, are in meltdown mode a lot of the times. So think about it. Whether you're a parent with a child with autism or you're not, or maybe you're a bystander. You're in public, you're at the restaurant, you're at the mall, you're on the airplane, and you see a child who seems like they are for lack of a better word, out of control. Okay, they're upset, they're whiny, the parents can't calm them down. And maybe you're able to identify, you know what, that child is on the spectrum. And maybe you have compassion for that family, okay? Why can't that parent calm them down? What's the problem? Dysregulation. So let's talk about it, okay? What is dysregulation in a child with autism? What is it? Definition: a state of emotional imbalance or disruption in a system or process. This is not an autistic definition. I Googled dysregulation and this is what it says. Okay? I didn't look up what does dysregulation look like in autism. I just looked up dysregulation and this is the definition of dysregulation in general terms. Okay? Dysregulation describes an inability to manage or control emotions effectively. Sounds like autistic behavior, right? Okay. Meltdown mode. Isn't that what it sounds like? Okay. Inappropriate responses. Yeah, that's what dysregulation is in children with autism. They're in dysregulation mode. That's what you're seeing when you see them in meltdowns. So when you see the parents trying to, Bobby, settle that, come here, relax, sit down. They're in dysregulation mode. Dysregulation in a child with autism looks like this. And when I say a child, I'm talking about of all ages. My son, who is 25 with autism, to me he's my child. Okay, and this is what it looks like: overreactions or underreactions to stimuli. Okay, stimuli can just be just about anything. They move from one environment to another, and then they react. Whatever that reaction is, it looks different in everybody. What else does it look like? Mood swings and irritability. Difficulty coping with stress and adversity. Stress. Stress to you looks different to stress to them. Stress to them is different. I think I told you a story a couple weeks ago about whenever my son was little and I would walk him into a department store and he would go like this. It was the lights. The lights in department stores have sounds. They buzz. They don't bother me. They don't bother you, but it causes stress in his brain because he has sensory issues. Stress. It looks like impulsivity and difficulty with decision making. So what does that mean? Whenever you're like, go upstairs and get your shoes. What shoes? Let's put you got to get dressed and they want to put on the same outfit every day. They struggle with decision making. Putting on a new outfit today that's different than yesterday means that they have to make a decision. Dysregulation. And you're like, look, just you can't wear what you wore yesterday. You wore that 3 days in a row. Pick a different. Are you starting to understand? There's something going on in the brain that you don't understand. Dysregulation. Got it? Intense and prolonged emotional reactions. My son, if I tell him that he needs to correct a behavior, and notice the way I put it, I don't tell him, you did this wrong. That's not the way I address it. I tell him, okay, this needs to be corrected. We need to do this differently. I try not to tell him, you did this, you better not do that again. I don't want to tear down his self esteem. But as a parent, my job is to correct behavior that's not right. Okay? It will protect you, it'll protect us. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to. Okay. So as you know, he catches buses by himself. Yesterday, when he came home from school, my husband and I were not home. He came in the door. He has a key to the house. He came in the door. He knows to come in the door and lock the door. He did not. He came in the door. He left the door unlocked. He went and got in the shower. I came home. The door was unlocked. Now I have to have a conversation with him about locking the door, remembering to lock the door. It happens. He made a mistake. You're not in trouble. I'm not angry, but I have to have this conversation with you. So I told him, I'm like, Hassan, make sure he typically forget. His mind was probably somewhere else, dysregulation, right? So we had a conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. He always, remember I told you before, he always thinks you're mad at him. I'm not mad at you. We make mistakes. We forget sometimes. It's okay. I just need you to remember to keep us all safe, to lock the door. Okay, let's just remember for next time. It's fine, Hassan. This was yesterday. Today, he's like, man, I should have. Intense and prolonged emotional reactions. He's still very emotional about the conversation we had yesterday. Dysregulation. Yeah, that's what's happening in his brain. What else does it look like? Self harm and anxiety, among other things. This is a very short list of what dysregulation looks like in people with autism. Why are we talking about this? Because it's important to try to understand what's happening in order to be able to help people with autism, children specifically, who are attempting to navigate the world. I can't help Hassan navigate the world and move into independence if I can't reach him mentally. It's not so much that I'm trying to correct his behavior. I'm trying to do the parent thing. I'm trying to get my son to the point where he can live the life that he wants to live as an adult. But I need to be able to teach him the things. But I can't reach him if I don't understand how to reach him. As a parent, we need to know how to get to them. But part of it is understanding how their brain works. If you don't even know why they melt down and how to help them through the meltdown, you have to understand where it starts. And behavioral therapy is not the thing, trying to help control their behaviors. Because that behavior is a symptom of whatever's going on in the brain, right? That's why next week I'm going to be talking about the root of autism. And all I'm going to be talking about is dysregulation. I'm going to talk about making an attempt to reverse the state of dysregulation by looking at the root of whatever's happening in the brain. I'm going to talk about breaking down what's happening and why and how, okay? And I'm going to reveal the causes of what's happening and what to do about it. As you can see, he has autism. We're still working through it, but he's to a point where he is going to enter into his fourth year at Georgia State University. He completed a 2-year program, and he's on his way to completing his 4-year program at Georgia State University. That makes my heart so full. Okay. In the meantime, this weekend, I have some free courses on my website, and I'm going to drop the link in the comments. I call it the preparation series because it has a series of lessons where it helps you just to deal with some things in the family. Okay. I talk a lot in my YouTube videos about, dealing with the schools and the systems and just some of your thoughts regarding your child overall. But in this video series, I'm talking about some things that you need to deal with at home, just in your family dynamic. And so that's what the first series is called. It's called The Family Dynamic. It's a 5-part series, and it talks about creating the normal. That's what it's called. Create their normal. All right, creating the normal lifestyle, a normal schedule, a normal lifestyle for in the family, in the home for your child. And then there's a lesson that's called dealing with family members who don't understand. This is a good one because we all have a family member or two in the family who's like, there's nothing wrong with that child, you blah 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 blah, because they don't understand. So I have a lesson on that. Another lesson is parenting other children while parenting your autistic child. Yeah, because all of your time and attention and focus goes to the son or daughter with the issues who needs your attention, and you don't want to neglect your own children. So there's a lesson on that. There's a lesson that's called Start Them Young. So there are a lot of parents who have a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 5-year-old. And what I'm finding is that they're like, this is the issue with my child. What do I do? Because I need to correct this, or this is our issue. And or that their child might be older. And I think to myself, you know what, if they had started this child with this particular thing when they were younger, it wouldn't be an issue now. But it's never too late, because there are still some other things that you can tweak. But if we talk about it now, parents don't know what they don't know, right? So that's what that lesson is about. And then the 5th part of this series is called Staying on Top of Things at Home. So many parents with autistic children feel like they're drowning, and they're like, how do I keep up? So that's what that lesson is about. And then within this series, there's another series that I put together because Hassan and I keep going on Walt Disney World vacations. It's called the Walt Disney World Vacation Autism Trip Plan, and it is a 6-part series, okay? And it has 6 parts to it, plus a bonus lesson, and it has a downloadable printout, okay? And that series includes a lesson on before the trip, prepare and plan ahead, packing essentials, Disney's autism-friendly options, travel day strategies, managing expectations at the park, and sensory strategies for navigating rides and shows. And then the bonus lesson is called Disney's Extra Disney Strategies. So this is on my website. It is available. It is free. Okay. So you can go ahead and log in and get those lessons, and they're unlimited. You can watch them unlimited. It is free to everybody, and you'll want to stay in that because in the future I'm just going to keep adding lessons to that. And again, that is free. So you'll want to share this with people watch it for yourself, learn some things so that you can share with people, friends, family, whoever who has an autistic child. So I hope this helps. I hope you will tune in next week whenever I do the series live on the root of autism to learn about dysregulation and what to do about it. Thanks for watching. Share and like this video for me, and I'll see you next time.